Salute, salute. Salute to God, the Most High, the creator of everything. Salute to all my day ones and new subscribers. If you're just not stumbling across my little itty bitty little local platform, as you come in, ladies and gentlemen, feel out home to wipe your feet all over the Uncut welcome mat. One time, trolls, only God and your mama can love you. And we got to give it up to God, the Most High, the gifted family, my sister J Stars. Y'all go subscribe. J Stars with two Z's. And we got to give the God two salutes for at least waking us up this morning, for at least allowing us to see another day and thrive. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because I told y'all we stay on top of this type of stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. We're exposing the system. Okay, we're exposing the system, and a lot of people can't take it. We have Mr. Richard Taylor right here from TaylorHousePublications.com. Y'all go subscribe to that brother. That brother is doing the work. That brother is exposing everything. Now, I told y'all that there was more to it with this video of Mr. Ryan Hinton being executed by this police and what they were telling us. All right. But I can't talk too much. Fair use educational purposes. Oh, y'all gonna learn today. Watch this.
Blessings, peace, and blessings, all praises to the Most High. What you're about to see is some still photos of the body cam footage shown on the news and by the sergeant of the Cincinnati Police Department in the death of 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. What you're going to see also is a never-before-seen photo of further body cam footage that they didn't show you on the news. And the reason that they didn't show you this on the news, because it disputes the narrative that Ryan Hinton was pointing a gun at police when he was shot. Now, if you saw the video from a couple of days ago, you heard the eyewitness say he had dropped the gun on the ground. When the police told him to drop the gun on the ground, then he started running. And so that already disputes the narrative. But these photos are going to show how these evil individuals, the police departments, have actually doctored the photo that you see. That's why they're not showing you the full video. And I also got a call from a video specialist who has confirmed that these videos have been doctored and compressed, as you'll hear her say that.
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to do too much talking, but due to the Fair Use Act, we can't just let these guys go. We're using other people's content. I want him to receive all of his credit because he is putting in the work. But hold on to your seats because I'm about to show you how indeed some 911 departments can lie and can manipulate situations. And for everyone out here who's accusing us of taking up for red rummers, if I could say that, you know what I'm saying? Spell the M word backwards. You know what I'm saying? Red rummers. Y'all owe some apologies to lots of people. Let's go.
The officer was running and he was the camera's kind of jolting. That's why it's blurry. No. If you go back and look at any other officer's cameras when they're running, that camera is clear as day. So without further ado, let me just show you how they manipulated these photos. I'm going to start with the press conference the sergeant of the Cincinnati Police Department put forth explaining how that this young man was pointing a gun at the police, but they never showed it. Watch this.
We are trained to use our vehicles as cover from any threat. That's what those officers did with cars at that time.
Now, you see how clear that body cam footage is. Look at how clear that body cam footage is. Now, watch how it all of a sudden becomes so blurry that you can't see.
This is body-worn camera from officer number 2. Go ahead, Bobby.
You see how when he starts running, it automatically gets blurry. Watch this.
He's got gun. He's got gun on your right. On your right. He's got gun.
And when they turned this camera, they knew exactly what they were doing. They did not want someone's naked eye in the public to pick up the discrepancies that was still present in their footage. They didn't want an eye detective, an eye specialist to pick this up from the public. So they turned the camera, ladies and gentlemen. But watch where you see where they actually executed this brother at.
And you see right there, they moved the camera so you can't see when young Ryan was shot. But I'm going to show you a photo that shows exactly when he was shot, and it was much further than the point at which they're going to show you in these pictures.
They got everyone believing that this man was executed in between these two dumpsters. Oh no, no, ladies and gentlemen. They even put the gunfire sound in the video by the dumpsters to make us think that's where he was executed at. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, don't nobody lie about 911 sometimes. Let's go.
Just watch this.
So just to give you an idea, we have the two uniformed cars. We have two officers. There's four individuals in the stolen vehicle. All four individuals get out and start running, some in different directions. So officers decide which individual they're going to pursue. One officer decides to pursue the individual who we now know had a firearm in his hand. The other officer pursued another occupant that fled from the vehicle. And that'll be significant here in a moment when you see.
So if there's only two patrol cars, two officers, four suspects, why is there 30 of them in the courtroom with Mr. Ryan Hinton Jr.? You know, this is what I want to know, but let's go.
So this is a still image. Again, I'm going to step out front.
They're showing you a still image. And I'm going to show you why they're showing these still images.
This way, okay? They are chasing the individual. So officer number one is chasing this guy right here. Okay, this is the guy we ultimately end up shooting. Now
you see how blurry that still image is. You see how blurry, like you cannot even see the trees, right? You can't even see the trees. It looks like a big...
Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention because he has a point. You can't read the dumpster. The dumpsters are blurred. You can't tell the trees from the tree line. You could barely make out the make and model of these vehicles. You could barely make out the subject on the ground, but you see that there is someone on the ground. Okay, let's roll.
Green blur. And let me show you this picture of it as well. You see again, you see how blurry that is. You can't even see
not only blurry
on the dumpster.
Not only blurry, but pay attention to the brightness of it too. This is how you know this photo has been doctored. Look at the brightness. Y'all got Google Pixel phones around here that can do the same thing, man. Don't act like this is something that's unthinkable, unthought of, or something that they just would not pull off. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you can do this with your iPhones and your Google Pixels.
Everything is a blur. Look at the trees and everything. But I'm going to show you some other photos from another news clip where they are much clearer, which shows that these photos that they are seeing, showing at the news conference, have been doctored.
Who actually fires the shot on this individual is chasing a different individual further out this way, in this direction. Okay? As this officer is chasing him, he sees a firearm in his hand, and he yells, "Gun, gun, he's got a gun." This individual...
Y'all go over to Brother Richard Taylor. Go over to Taylor House Publications and subscribe right away. This brother is doing the work. Introvert Rockstar is doing the work. Go subscribe to these brothers.
Slips, trips, whatever falls on the concrete right here. Other officers that were also there say in their interview, they heard the firearm hit the concrete. They heard the metal from the firearm hit the concrete. This individual gets up, still has a firearm in his hand, and continues to run through the dumpsters.
All right, so you actually now, you see how clear, that picture is a little clearer, but it's...
Now notice that picture is a little clearer. You can make out the grass now. It doesn't look as bright except for where the sun is actually shining. So we can tell where the sun is in this video. Okay, look at the difference, y'all. I don't want to take up too much of his time, but y'all know I got to pause it every now and then, but we got to get into this. Come on, brother, take us home.
Still blurry. Look how clear that picture is, but it's still blurry. And here's a still shot of that picture. Now you see how clear those trash cans are as opposed to these pictures right here.
And you can definitely see the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. The strongest case, the most robust case of tunnel vision right now should not be able to obscure what you're seeing visually on this screen right now. Your mind is not playing tricks on you. Okay, let's go.
You see how blurry that one is? And you see how clear that is, right? Blurry, clear. Let's go back to the video because I'm going to show y'all something.
So these are some still photos. This is the officer who originally saw him with the firearm in his hand.
Now you see that picture right there. That is a still shot, right? That is still. You look at the trees in the background.
This is the last photo that they showed us. We can also see the police with this service weapon out. We can see the suspect, Mr. Ryan Hinton, running through the dumpster area. Right here, when they play it, you're going to hear the weapon discharge, the service weapon discharge, and if it happened right here. They blurred it out. You really can't tell if this young man is holding anything or not. Oh, but wait.
They are much blurrier than that last photo.
Calling it out. He runs through the dumpsters.
And right there, you see what they did right there? Look at the background of the trees. It's much blurrier. It's much blurrier than this. And also what they did was hide his body position.
Come on. All content creators know how to blur out their background. Some content creators got nasty ass homes that they record in. They'll blur all that out so you can't see it. Some people record in their automobiles. They'll blur everything else out so they don't give off their location. Y'all, this is not so far-fetched.
So this is the point where they're going to claim that he pointed the gun at the officer.
This officer knows that there's another officer here that is going to ultimately encounter him when he comes through the dumpsters. So he makes him aware of that. He shouts out to him, on your right, he's on your right. And that's where this individual comes out from between the dumpsters. This is the other officer, the one who fires the shot. This is his body camera as he approaches the scene.
All right, so I'm about to show y'all something.
They inserted the audio of that service weapon going off. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Some of y'all will never trust 911 again, and if you do, just don't trust them in Cincinnati. That's all I'm saying.
See how they conveniently move the camera right when they show this officer's body cam footage of him lively shooting the young man. And this is the last image that they showed you. This image right here. That is the last image that they showed you. But this is actually where the shooting.
And they did this to make you have to trust the officer. Officers are always right. You can't really see what's going on, but the officer was present, so we have to trust what the officer say in his police report. We have to trust his version of this account, okay? Because we can't ask Mr. Ryan Hinton. He was executed. And then if he was here for us to ask him, he's a perpetrator, he's black, he's a suspect, who's going to believe him? Watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
Happened. This is a never-before-seen photo.
Right here.
Wow.
Right here is where this young man
was. That is the actual shooting of the young man.
Right here, y'all. You can see the service pistol going off. You see the smoke. You see the fire coming from the back. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. This young man never saw this officer. His back was turned. He's running with a backpack on. He was no threat. The officer said he was in fear for his life. He felt threatened. Where's the threat? This young man was executed illegally. This officer should be charged. And you know what? Right here, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we doing the work. We doing the work, man. I don't blame that man for stepping up. I don't blame Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr. I'm just sorry it was that officer, and it should have been the officer who fired this service weapon right here. It should have been this very officer who was the victim of Mr. Rodney Hinton's mind state instead of that other retired officer.
You can clearly see his back is turned to the officer. Looks like he has on a book bag. And you can actually see the fire coming from his gun.
Not only that, but look how clear the trees are. Look how clear everything is. Nothing's blurred out now. Nothing's doctored. Now, why would they cut it off in between the dumpsters? To make you think that he was basically like using the dumpsters for shelter? Okay, to point his weapon at the police? To give you their narrative, to sell it? To sell their narrative, ladies and gentlemen, this brother should still be alive.
Now, ask yourself, why did they stop the photo here instead of here? You know why? Because that doesn't fit the narrative that the officer felt threatened for his life.
The fact that they went as far as doctoring this up to where they were able to move the sound of his service weapon going off to the point to where he was ducking behind the dumpsters. Ladies and gentlemen, that alone is alarming. That alone. That alone. Now, I know we say we tired of marching and protesting right now, but this right here is exactly why Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr. took the actions he took.
That is what they did to us. Now, I'm going to show you the other news clip that does the exact.
We don't even need to see that. I'll drop this link in the description box. This is very, very, very damning. This is very telling, y'all. I told y'all there is a double standard in America. There is a double standard. So just because this individual had a weapon and he was black, he had to be executed. That's exactly what they did to slaves. If you run, you got to be executed. We got to make an example. We were in fear for our life. And it's not the white culture, it's the racist white culture. And we have racist black cultures too. So I'm not targeting a whole culture. I'm targeting a percentage of each culture, ladies and gentlemen. A percentage. There is a double standard here in this country. There is still racism here in this country. These police officers don't always serve and protect. Some of them, like the one we just saw on this screen. And last but not least, the Second Amendment is supposed to be universal for all who doesn't have felonies. Okay, and go through the legal process to acquire these weapons, or however, in some states you don't have to register weapons. Okay, but real talk, we just saw it here first. Now what to the haters and the naysayers? Now what to all the sellouts and the Uncle Toms and the Stevens on Django? Now what? This young man should still be here. Y'all know what to do, man. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your higher power. There's only one God, man. There's only one God. And this Cincinnati Police Department need all the God they can get. All the God they can get. Salute to Mr. Rodney Jr., Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr. Salute, brother. Message sent. Message received. All right? Y'all stay prayed us, stay blessed us, stay meditated us, stay protected, stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut, be inspired, be great, be you. I'm sorry it was that retired officer who had to be the collateral asset behind this officer's foolishness. We saw exactly what this officer executed this young man at. And we also saw exactly what they showed us on the media and where they stopped it at. You make your choice. You're going to be blind and exercise that tunnel vision and still stand up and say that this man deserves not to be here, then you might be one of the race soldiers I'm talking about, whether you're black and or white and Hispanic, purple, blue, or green. It doesn't matter. All right? Real talk, y'all. We got to do better. Salute to Taylor House Publications, man. Salute, brother Richard Taylor. Shay.